Here we go.
This meeting
All
is being
right.
recorded.
So this is the Kubernetes 1.25 release team meeting, Wednesday, June 15th, 2022. Please be aware that this meeting is governed under the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which can be summarized as please be excellent to one another. All right, we are gonna kick off here with enhancements. Actually, let's visit the open discussion items first, right? Like, let's actually follow the meeting structure, Xander. All right. It looks like. So yeah, I think the retrospective is a good call out here. As we get closer to the first retrospective, please make sure to go ahead and add any items to that document that come up.
Yeah, I think Ray also has a topic.
Yeah, I had one.
Right, yes.
Yeah, it's not really release team related, but it is community related. The Kubernetes monthly community meeting is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. I put the link to the agenda on this release team agenda.
Yeah, and I'll be there to give the release update. So welcome everyone to be there with me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for calling that out. That's a really actually nice meeting. Folks who haven't joined that before, I would recommend it. It's definitely worth your time. All right, and now we can go to enhancements. Sorry, Priyanka. Now is your chance.
Hey, so our overall status is green. We have received 59 GIPs as of today. We have tracked 18 out of them, and then 37 are still at risk. Out of all, we are tracking 27 alpha, 13 beta, 14 stable, and 1 deprecation. On the ones that are at risk at the moment, most of them are having their GIPs open. The team is actually like continuously tracking them, so we'll have the number increasing in coming days. Also, yeah, biggest update is enhancement freeze moved by a week. So the new enhancement date is now June 23rd. And another update from me is I've sent out the 1.25 enhancements update today to the Kubernetes dev mailing list. That's all from me.
Sounds good. Do we have any questions for the enhancements team? All right, let's move on to CI Signal with Arsh.
Hey everyone. So our current status is yellow. We had like 2 failing tests in the morning, both in master informing. One of them has been fixed by cluster lifecycle folks. And for the other one, it's a bit of an oddball because like we did create issues for them, and like Carlos told us that like it has been fixed, but on the dashboard, it like still shows as like failing, but it's actually flaky. So I also posted about this in the release CI signal channel, because the particular test which it shows as failing, that has not had like any runs like on test grid. It just shows white boxes for that. So that's the only one, but I would consider it as flaky since like folks have confirmed that. So those should not be a blocker. The thing I wanted to ask was like, are we having the alpha 2 release this week? Because it said week 4 in the timeline.
I guess I don't actually know where we are on that.
I'm not sure if Veronica is here to give the update today, but we are targeting this week. We are currently blocked by some security engineering work. We are kind of waiting for the 2 to be fixed before we actually cut the alpha.
Yeah, I'm here. I cannot
nice.
edit the document, but yeah, I'll figure out after this meeting. But yeah, I can wait till it's my turn to give the update.
Okay. So the reason I brought that up is like, if we are doing it this week, then it's a go from like CI signal for the alpha 2 release. And the last thing I wanted to bring up was, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. No, we're doing alpha 1 today. Alpha 2, I just updated the schedule, and I'll talk about it later.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. the last update from my side was that like only like I had been posting weekly updates, but now from now on you will see like CI Signal Shadows also posting updates in Slack and on the mailing list. Those were the 3 things from my side. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Any questions for CI Signal? All right, let's move on to bug triage with Hussein.
Hello, everyone. At the moment, there is no blocking issues for the current release, and also no blocking PR for the next release. Besides that, we are tracking all the targeted PRs and issues for the next milestone by reaching out the owners and assignees to the pull requests and issues. That's all from my side.
Awesome. Any questions for bug triage? All right, let's move on to docs with Kristen.
Hi, we're our status is green. We get the required GitHub access set up for the team. Our 2 new shadows were added as org members, and I got the PR open for the integration branch for 1.25 docs, and also merged the PR for updating the website config ahead of the release. And that is our update. Thanks.
Thank you. Any questions for the docs team? All right, and then is there anyone from release notes here?
Yeah, we were, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so we are still waiting for the alpha tag to be created to create our first draft PR.
Sounds good. Any questions for release notes? All right, let's move on to comms.
Hi, so comms, we are as usual a bit slow in initial days. So shadow onboarding has taken place, and initial discussion regarding dividing seats among the shadows is taking place for future blocks. And thanks to Ray, most of the comms regarding the extension of deadline for enhancement phase has been sent out. I think the tweet is yet to go out, but it will be good. That's it.
Sounds good. Any questions for the comms team? All right, and then I will pass it back to Veronica for release branch management.
Hello. So as I said, I haven't figured out how to edit the document. I think someone has to give me access. I have already tried requesting it, but anyway. So as I said earlier, last night I pushed the proposal for the schedule on our behalf. It has 3 alphas, 1 beta, and the release candidates. We really don't have time for more, unfortunately. So this week, today actually, we're cutting alpha 1, let it bake for a bit, and then alpha 2, I don't remember where I put it, but I think 2 weeks from now. But anyway, it's all in I submitted a pull request and it's merged, so you can see it in the calendar already. Let me know if you have any questions. I know that ideally we would have 2 betas, but as I said, we don't have time. So yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Any questions for release branch management?
Yeah, I may have one. So regarding the 2 betas, during some of the past releases, the request to have 2 betas came up because sometimes, so the idea of the beta is that people will test their final code in the beta, and if any adjustments or any last minute fixes have to be pushed, some of the SIGs requested a second beta to ensure that they get a release on where to test it.
Yeah.
So if we
I hear that, and also since I have been cutting those betas, in my experience, it's always like open to whatever is needed. You know, like for 123, I remember we cut a last minute beta, so and that was not even in the schedule. So I think I am happy to put another beta there, but I think that towards the end, from beta to the first release candidate, there's only a week of difference. So because we all know that we were a little bit behind on the Alpha 1 cut. Another thing that we could do is cut Alpha 1 today as planned, and instead of waiting 2 weeks, just speed it up. But I don't know if there's a benefit in that, because at the end of the day, we end up cutting last minute things many times. So happy to update it as.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
as
That's well. Yeah. Let's carry the conversation to the actual pull requests. But the idea is to actually schedule those beforehand so that we don't have to do it in the last minute. And
I know, but since we didn't have a branch manager for a while.
Yeah, the final goal is to, when we cut the RC, we want to have that as stable as possible. So if folks find any issues and last minute changes that need to do in the first beta, we need to ensure that they can test it and not play around in the RC, because then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for me, actually, yeah, for 123, we ended up cutting another RC. Yeah, it was a disaster, but
yeah, okay, let's carry over the conversation.
Yeah, we can discuss it later. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. As always, thank you all to all you do, RelEng team. It's seriously awesome. All right, I'm gonna pass it over to Ray for any of his updates.
Hey folks, so we held 2 release team shadow orientations last week, and today is the last scheduled release team shadow orientation. It's at 1 p.m. Pacific. If you are unable to attend any of these 3 sessions, please reach out to me. We could schedule something one-on-one, or we could probably have a 4th shadow orientation sometime next week. Or anyway, that's it from me. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Sounds good. And Cece, you're up.
Thank you. So the biggest update would be the enhancement phrase extension, as mentioned earlier by enhancement team. So it's now on June 23rd. So we have our PRRs of deadline also extended to tomorrow. I've been talking with the PR reviewers. They seems okay with that, and they're working fine. So it should be smoothly. And also, I was still doing some of the onboarding work. The rest of the team who just got the Kubernetes org member access was being onboarded to the SIG release team. And also for Veronica's previous question, like if you don't have access to edit the doc, that might be because you're not part of the release team yet. I can open a PR later today to add you there as well. Yeah, that's all I have today. Thank you.
Sounds good. And then do we have any other final topics that anyone would like to discuss? Sounds like not. I see we do have the walk project board on the agenda here. That's not something that I've done with previous meetings that I've run. Is there anyone that would like to take point on that? I can open it up here to have a look, but if not, I can end the recording and we can call it a day.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Recording.